We are so blessed to have John Shoemaker here today. John is a soul coach, trauma therapist, youth empowerment professional, singer, songwriter, shamanic practitioner who grew up in the Toledo area. His unique spiritual journey and music invites his listeners into a spiritual journey and encourages them to claim the songs for their own spiritual journey. You are sure to leave with a song in your heart and a stirring in your soul. Please welcome John Shoemaker.
So let me begin by saying how grateful I am to be invited to share with this community. Over the last year, it was last year the first time that I came in October to share with you all. And October, the month of zeal. You know, I told this joke back then, we'll see if it has any more legs today. What do you call an overly enthusiastic marine mammal? A zeal. No legs? Goes nowhere? So over the past year, I've been able to share songs and stories. And I'm just so excited to do that in this community. It's given me a wonderful place, and I'm so grateful. So today, in that fashion, I have a song and a story. And the song is so new that I've not even been into the studio with it. And it just finally came together about 2 weeks ago. And it's a song that I use and is kind of inspired by my Wednesday night Power Circle, which is an opportunity for teenage boys to come together and get real. One of our guiding principles of the Power Circle is let go of attachment to the outcome so that you can heal. This song is called Into the Light. Nothing is here until it is seen. Nothing is transformed without light. What you are hiding cannot be redeemed until you let it be seen. Into the light, bring it into the light. Into the light of love. Into the light, bring it into the light. Into the light of love. Darkness can cover a heart filled with fear. Fear is the shadow of the past. When you stop hiding the hurt and the shame, truth will set you free. Into the light, bring it into the light. Into the light of love. Into the light, bring it into the light. Into the light of love. There is a truth that longs to be seen. You are and always have been light. Choosing to hide does not serve the truth. It's time to shine. It's time for you to shine. Into the light, bring it into the light. Into the light of love. Into the night, bring it into the light, into the light of love. Nothing is here until it is seen. So, and now a story. So throughout his teenage years, my son John wore a ball cap with the statement, "Go big or go home," embroidered across the front of it. Now that statement truly captures John's spirit. And over the years, I've admired the way he's approached life with gusto. Well, when John was 13, he asked me if I would go skydiving with him for his 18th birthday. Without much thought, I said, sure, I'll do that, and figured he'd forget over the next 5 years. Well, a couple of months before his 18th birthday, it was clear that John had not forgotten what I had agreed to. And with his go big or go home attitude fully charged, he began planning our big jump. Now my word is my bond, and I had to go skydiving with John. And so around the time of his 18th birthday, he and I jumped out of a perfectly good airplane. Now, honestly, anybody here ever skydived before? It's so fascinating because it was nothing like I thought it was going to be. Nothing at all. So after arriving, we watched a short demonstration video, and it was short. We signed a hold harmless agreement just in case we died. And we suited up. That was it. It was that quick. And it wasn't long before we were in the plane and circling into the clouds. So the next part was like a dream for me. As the plane made its ascent, we secured ourselves to our jump masters. Then the plane reached its jumping altitude. We had to climb out onto this little wing, this little platform under the wing, and hold on to the wing strut. I thought I would be afraid, but I wasn't. The land was so far below us that hitting the ground wasn't even a thought in my head. I mean, seriously, that's what it was like. The ground was so far down there, it was like, oh, well, I can jump, I can do this, because it's going to be a long time before the ground comes. Anyways, John and his jump master barrel rolled off the wing first. I watched them tumble towards the earth. Now it was my turn. And so as I held onto the wing, the wind rushed past my face, and the only sound I could hear was the sound of the propeller. And my jump master gave me the thumbs up. It was time, and I let go of the wing. I was all in. I was surprised at how easy it was to let go. And I remember the thought running through my mind as I was watching the plane, there's no turning back. There was absolutely no way I was getting back in that plane. Yeah, It was a strange and freeing experience, knowing that I was totally committed regardless of the outcome. Well, little did I know at the time that this was to become one of the clearest lessons in my life of letting go of attachment to the outcome and being all in the moment. Well, I'm here, so obviously I survived the jump. But, as it is with my life, things don't always go as planned. I have to admit, there were some pretty harrowing moments as we were falling, and I had to question myself, was this decision to be all in a wise one? So after free falling for about a minute, which is about normal, it was time to pull the ripcord. And the jump master, who was wearing the parachute and to whom I was securely attached, pulled the ripcord, and the lines became tangled. And the main chute did not open. We began to spin in the air like this, the two of us connected together. I had no idea what was happening. And while we were spinning, the jump master is pounding on my shoulder, yelling something in my ear, and I have no idea what he's saying. To this day, I don't know what he said. We continued to spin, and I kind of got the sense that something's not right. Jump master was able to figure things out, and finally was able to release the reserve chute, which opened. It's not as big as the regular chute. Anyways, I'm pretty sure that the reserve chute opened just in the nick of time, because we came in so hot and we hit the ground so hard that it was unbelievable. It shook everything in my body. Well, my jump master quickly disappeared after we disconnected. I'm guessing he made a beeline for the closest restaurant. I'm not sure. Never saw him again. Never saw the jump master again.
Oh my God.
That's my story of skydiving. And somebody the other day who I'm pretty close to, he's 15, he says, "Hey John, when I'm 18, will you go skydiving with me?" Not sure about my answer. So, like skydiving, some of life's experiences require an all-in investment. But most experiences in life allow us to choose our level of investment, right? Sometimes we choose to go mostly in. Sometimes we choose to only go half in. Sometimes we choose to go sort of in. And sometimes we choose to go not in at all. But I think when it comes to the work of spiritual awakening, it's just like skydiving. My experience tells me that we have to go all in. Spiritual awakening only happens when we go all in to the moment at hand, with no attachment to the outcome. Now, I'm thinking of the upcoming election and attachments to outcomes. Most people, I find, are willing to go all in as long as they know what the outcome will be. It's that darn non-attachment piece that creates serious resistance to spiritual awakening. Non-attachment is not a friend of the ego. The ego's job is to stay in control and to manage predictable outcomes. When I'm attached to a desired outcome, I remain limited by my ego, and oftentimes trapped in fear. When I am attached to a desired outcome, I am not open to receiving whatever happens. Fear is what drives the ego. Fear is what drives the ego's need for control. And when I choose fear, I only get more fear. Awakening to spirit is releasing the ego to embrace the great mystery. It's not the great knowing, it's the great mystery. Oh, mystery, that's an important word. Because awakening to spirit is trusting in unimaginable possibility. That whatever happens is okay. Whatever happens has potential and possibility. Letting go of attachment to the outcome in every relationship, every situation, and every circumstance is spiritual skydiving. And yes, it can be scary. And yes, you may feel alone at times. And yes, you will have to sacrifice mediocrity. And yes, people will think you're crazy. But people who choose to live all in are the people who make the biggest impact on our lives and on the world. Think about it. People who choose to live all in are the people who make the biggest impact on our lives and on the world. And most of these people, at some time or another, have been called a little crazy. There's a Lakota phrase that's associated with living all in. The phrase is hokahe, sometimes shortened to a resounding hoka. When someone uses the phrase hokahe, they are exclaiming, "Let's do it. Let's go all in." Legend has it that the great Lakota leader Crazy Horse shouted, "Hokahe, it's a good day to die," as he led his warriors into battle. Crazy Horse is most known for leading his warriors to victory at the Battle of Little Bighorn and defeating General Custer, also known as General Custer's last stand. I suspect the name Crazy Horse has something to do with how he chose to live his life. I suppose if you proclaim it's a good day to die, you're definitely all in. Hokahe has another deeper meaning. It also means welcome to the soul. Hokahe, welcome to the soul. When we go all in, we are living from the soul, the truest part of who we are. Soul living is living your passion all in. On your seats, there's a sheet there that says the formula. Darrell Anka is an American author and a spiritual teacher who offers us a practical way to live all in. So I'm thinking you might have been sitting there going, okay, that sounds great, John. How do I do this? So this little practical formula for living all in is something that I hope you take home and you spend some time with. In the formula that's presented by Bashar, Darrell Anka includes 5 action steps for this soul living. In step 1, he says, is to act on your passion. And he describes passion as whatever excites you the most in any given moment in comparison to whatever else is going on. So acting on your passion in this moment. What's going on? Where can there be excitement in this moment? And what's the greatest excitement? What makes me come alive the most? Act on it. That's step 1. Step 2 is act on your passion as fully as you can for as long as you can. Keep it going. Stay with it. Push it as far as it goes until you can't push it anymore. And then move on to the next passion, the next excitement in that moment. Step 3 is to let go of any expectation or insistence on the outcome. Let go of any attachment to what you would like to have happen as a result of acting on your passion. Again, there's the challenge. There's the big resistance. You mean I gotta trust? Yep. You do. It's spiritual skydiving, right? Spiritual skydiving. Step 4 is to stay in a positive state no matter what transpires. And he talks about positivity and explains that it is experienced as connection, oneness, and unity. Negatively, on the other hand, is experienced as separation and disunity. So what he's saying, in fact, is stay in connection, stay in oneness, stay in unity, no matter what happens along the way. Stay positive no matter what. That's step 4. And then step 5 is to release all fear-based beliefs. One of the greatest truths I know is that fear always leads to more fear. When I choose a fear pathway, I just get more fear. Releasing fear-based beliefs allows us to resonate more fully in the frequency of the soul. That frequency, my friends, is love. Darrell concludes the 5th step with the instruction to keep repeating the first 5 steps. Keep doing it again and again and again. I have found great spiritual empowerment in applying these steps in my life, and I invite you to spend some time studying and implementing them. If you do, I think you'll find that you resonate more often in the frequency of the soul, the frequency of love. There's no doubt, you and I know it, we feel it, we experience it. We are in a time of great spiritual shifting. And it seems to be speeding up, this shifting all around us. If we are to awaken in this time of great spiritual shifting, we must embrace Hokkahe. We must enter the soul place and strive to live each moment of each day all in, with no attachment to the outcome. And when we do, we will begin to wake up to unimaginable possibility. Just a side note, you don't have to literally jump out of an airplane to practice this. But if you want, I'll join you. Did I just say that? I am. But jumping out of an airplane, I have to tell you, is a great way to learn a lesson. So I know for sure I am living all in. And when I am, it's definitely a good day to die, because I'm already in my soul. I know who I am in truth. Hokkahe. I know what I am in truth. Hokkahe. I know how I serve in truth. Hokkahe. I am here. I am free. I have come. I am known. Behold, I make all things new. It will be so. God is. God is. God is. Hokkahe.
If you would like to support this content and others like it, please give at unityoftoledo.com, where love is an everyday experience.